Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your host and game master, Skajarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift, as always, and with me today we have our full cast of players. We have Tom117Z playing Rosa Solwyn, our female Elvon Mithra Watcher.
I am wet, I am cold, I am frightened.
We have
Aeon.
Speaking of, we have Aeon, or Mystic, playing Aeon, our male Moogle Time Mage. Mystic, that's your cue to say hello.
I hit the wrong button on my mic. My bad.
No!
I made all the snowballs. I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
It's all good. We have Hades Shadow 92 playing Cassandra, our female human dragoon.
And I have snow everywhere.
Yay!
We have Darkness playing Kunara, our female Lupin warrior.
So this is the wonders of snow.
Let it snow.
You had to deal with snow and winter all the time. And last but certainly not least, we have Ari playing Kayana, our female Tarufel engineer.
And you buried me in the damn snow. Get me out.
So, where last we left off, our intrepid band of adventurers, the Freebirds, had at long last set out from the city of Tenori in not necessarily high spirits after an unfortunate incident of Kayana confessing that she had some potential attraction feelings for an old friend of hers that sadly went unreciprocated. Down on emotions, the party set forth to continue on their way to the academy city of Anomo, where hopefully many individuals there that they have connections with might be able to give them some insights into their varying issues. En route, they encountered a group of zombies and promptly went around, leaving them as a problem for someone else to deal with, and skipping an entire combat encounter. And then, that very night, in an effort to try and convince Cassandra to let them get Aeon help in regards to this weird shadow thing that was seen back during the conflict in the old abandoned fortress north of the town of Windurst, a argument broke out across the Freebirds that led to multiple in-universe hours of tension and back and forth and heightened emotions. A lot of things finally got put out on the table. Emotions expressed, thoughts that had been kept under lock and chain and key, expressed openly and fully properly. The whole dynamic of the group feels as though it has changed, and a soft reset of expectations and relationships among several members has occurred as the initial and false pretenses have been done away with, and everyone is now seemingly on, if not the same page, close to the same page. And then they had a snowball fight, and Aeon won.
Yay!
He cheated.
I didn't cheat! How did I cheat?
Eject!
So do you!
Rosa, you do have magic too.
I can't do that. I heal people.
Regardless.
Also, I can also occasionally make shield. It doesn't really help against snow.
Regardless, it is upon that note that we shall come in the following morning, and I do believe that Darkness, you had something you wanted to do before everything else got underway, yes?
Is it breakfast again?
I don't think it's
It's
breakfast.
morning.
Yeah, that's been a recurring thing the last few sessions.
Well, it's not breakfast this time.
It's not
So,
brunch, is it?
No, it's morning. And if it's the first thing you eat, doesn't matter what the time of day is. If it's the first thing you ate since the day turned over, it's breakfast, because that's when you're breaking your fast.
To be fair, if it is morning, it would be breakfast.
If it was
At this point
evening
in
and it
time.
was the first thing you were eating, it would be breakfast. But regardless.
So he's not warm.
Oh my god.
Yes?
Nothing.
Hello.
Just my freaking phone wants to be annoyed.
Anyway, what is Kanara the do? Oh.
What is the...
Mama wolf.
Well, it's meant to be at night time. Okay.
Oh, I forgot. Whatever.
Yeah.
Too late now. Roll
Well,
it.
Cool.
with one more, it would have been ours. Oh well.
What is the thing? Leaving us in suspense.
Yeah, what are you assholes
That's
doing?
the thing. He kind of knocked me out of whack.
Oh,
Look, all I recalled is that you
Unfortunately.
wanted to do something at the start of this session. The start of the session starts at morning. I don't recall being specified nighttime.
Watch cycle. But okay. Question is Kayano up?
I mean, for this, yeah, we'll say for purposes that Kayana and Kunara are the first ones up.
Alright, so at this point, then Kana will be starting breakfast. What does Kayana do?
Yeah, she's definitely just. I'm just gonna say sitting on a log or something, just like having her book next to her, but she doesn't do anything with it. Which she hasn't done since all day, since they left Tenorn.
I noticed this and pretty much puts the frying pan aside so the food don't burn. Something on your mind?
In which Kai just is quiet as she's just like shaking her head. She's shaking her head, by the way.
I think we learned from yesterday it's not wise to bottle up emotions, so would you perhaps please want to talk about it? Because I'm starting to think that it's more than just, well, a spineless male on your mind.
I hate when you're. Oh my god. Freaking Mike.
It's fine.
I hate it when you're right.
Well, there's one thing for it then. She puts her sword at the side of her and her shield and off her cloak and sits beside you. I guess it's my turn to give you some therapy. What? I noticed you've been the therapist of the group, so I guess it's now my turn to therapist the therapist. I thought I'd say something like that. Oh,
Okay.
I'm all ears.
Had a drink of water, but I'm okay.
What?
It was just some stupid crush, I guess. How me, a cold little me, just having a crush for God knows how long. And I thought, sure, me and him banter, and it didn't feel like we were friends yet, but we still banter and laugh and everything.
Nice.
I hated being over there in Tenorn because it brought back so many memories. And I thought maybe if I told him how I felt now, maybe something will be different. Guess
To
I
be
was wrong.
To be fair, we didn't exactly help with that. I only know the basics of the situation when I walked in on it, but I still feel to blame. We were poking in matters that didn't concern us. But I feel that's not the only reason why you're upset. Didn't you mention at one point you lost someone dear? If you don't mind me poking into those matters.
You can see Kai taking a deep breath before she kind of looks up the book and all that junk. Yeah, Arnvid.
A dear friend or mentor of yours?
A little bit of both.
Mm.
He was after I ran away from home. Arnvid was my only friend that believed in me.
Mm.
And he taught me everything. And he helped me with my first invention.
Mm. From the sounds of it, though, that's not gone. You were saying?
Oh. After I ran from home, I moved in with Arnvid and became his apprentice and everything. And 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 then she just looks at her gun, just saying, he gave me my first gun, taught me how to use it, then gave me him. As she just looks at holds out the scarab with it.
It doesn't seem to be active at present. It's resting silently in the palm of your hand.
Yeah. And I was out just grabbing the supplies he needed. And I didn't know what happened, but I came back to the shop. Everything was broken. All the creations that we built together, and the windows, the door, everything was broken.
Mm.
I looked around trying to find him. And then I found him. He was gone. He tried defending himself, but he ended up dying anyway.
Gunnar's tail wraps around you. Would you say he was more like family than just a friend? At least that's the impression I'm getting.
Like I said, he was the only person that believed in me. So yeah, he was basically my only family. To me, of course.
What if he doesn't have to be the only one? She looks back at the Freebirds. After all, we may have come from different parts of the world and have many strengths and weaknesses between us and disagreements. However, family is never structured perfectly. And no one even gets to decide who you want to be family or not. Look at me, for instance.
Yeah, Kaya's looking at you now.
All I have left, my father's cloak. As he reaches back, he pulls out a broken radiant blade. And what's left? My mother's blade that was passed to me. Of course, there's a Clipster, but I feel our bonds have shattered. Whether it's due to the pressure of ruling a pack by ourselves, or we just didn't see eye to eye, I'm not really sure. But I am sure of one thing. All of you has made me feel welcome and a part of me that I've been missing for a long time. And whether Eclipse likes it or not, I consider you all as family, and even part of my clan. The same goes for you. You do have us, and they do care. Besides, without you, you couldn't have done the finer details on Rosa's bow, and helped to fix Aeon's wand. You are an important member of this group. Not just for fixing and tweaking things, but also keeping us together. Especially Rosa. I admire what you've done for her, teaching her therapy. But of course, the choice is yours.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
But of course, I am not one who will force you into anything. The choice is yours to accept us as family or not, or just mere comrades. But I will be there to protect you, as long as you're willing to stick with us.
Alright. You're right, Val. You're right. I'm not alone.
Well, at least that's one right thing I've done for the day.
Yeah. You even tried to make me coffee.
Yeah, that could use more work.
Well, keep practicing and you'll get to it.
Hmm. Yes. Although I think the first challenge, if Rosa could help me with that when she's up, making some pancakes for Aeon. I wish not to mess those up because I hate wasting resources.
You know what? Let me help you with that.
All right.
Appreciate it.
So that's the plan then? You gonna make pancakes?
Yep.
All right.
And
If I
need the support.
All right. So if I could get a synthesis cooking check from Kunara, and you may add an additional d6 because Kayana is assisting you.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Roll for pancakes.
Roll for
She
pancakes.
even passes the book
Roll for
to.
pancakes.
She even passed the book over to Kayana because she's learned the lingo, but she has a hard time reading some words. She does not 100% know.
Although here's a question. Will pancakes have to be small, considering how small Aeon is? He can't... Because I don't know if I trust Aeon with a knife for a fork.
Nah, just like cut it into little cubes first.
Hey, Aaron, what have you
I
got
mean-
there?
A knife.
Nice.
No!
A nice
No.
Kupo.
Oh god! Rosa, what have you done?
No!
Was it me?
No. Perfect meme.
That kid does exude Aeon energy.
A knife.
You already know that the group is trying to grab the knife from him. He's like, ah!
I stuff it in the floof.
Yep.
Couldn't have flew.
And it's gone.
You don't fly about with knives, nor put it in the floof. You could have stabbed yourself. What is wrong with you?
What's stabbing?
Where did the flute come from? Oh.
Stabbing, it's what I do to people. Stab.
That's what I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh, that's what your sister does.
Did you say I get the boat?
You get an extra
Hey.
d6 automatically because Kayana is assisting you.
That's good. I'm
3d6.
gonna need it.
That's
Yeah,
a 3 and a
you-
1 for the first two, yeah.
Yeah, you did not roll
Yeah,
great there.
And I believe have. So that is 13.
Where's the other d6?
I got a 3 on food synthesis.
Okay.
Well, you got 3 and a 1, I can see there. Where's your other d6?
Ah, I just thought it was a +6, but okay.
No, add one d6. Roll.
Okay.
You don't get a 6 that easily, but roll for it. Earn it.
I shall pull out another dice. Oh god.
That's a 1.
What now?
That's a 1. That's first from a 6 you could have gotten. So that's a 3
8.
and a 1 and a 1 plus 3.
That'd be
my
8.
God.
8. Okay. Over the course of the next little while, with some instruction from Kayana, you start about the process of making pancakes. And at first it's going fine, but you have a little bit of problem with the part where you have to use a spatula to flip it over to cook the what was the top side. So you make pancakes, but they are very ugly. Like, they taste fine, but they're shaped like baby's first continent drawings.
Be honest, I imagine how she flipped them. She flipped them way too high, and they do land, but of course they go.
One of them at some point landed on her nose.
Yeah, and there's
I
like
imagine one landed either on the sleep,
yeah, and there's
either on Kayana or one of the sleeping.
no,
members.
that would have happened if you rolled a critical failure, which you did not.
Oh
Ah.
my God.
But anyways, so
Alright.
yeah.
Don't worry, Kanara. It's the thought that counts, and we will love them anyway, no matter how they look.
Oh, they're up now. I thought this was sleeping.
Either way, so their
Smell
service.
pancakes, and that awoke my senses.
So yeah, you basically make the pancakes I tend to make. Weirdly shaped, have little burns occasionally, and it's inconsistent from pancake to pancake as you kind of start to zero in on it, but otherwise perfectly serviceable pancakes. And it's as you're throwing together the second of these pancakes that the smell and the noise of the sizzling pancake batter starts to get loud enough that everyone else gradually starts to come to the smell of pancake.
Leading to Rose's comment she just made. Yes.
All you see is Aeon. What did I imagine? Just Aeon just going like, "What'd you make?"
I
Aeon just,
smell something sweet.
Aeon just immediately starts smelling something sweet and just immediately.
It's like from a Disney movie when you get like the pie smoke coming in.
And then Aeon just starts to float over. That's so cute.
All you see is a freaking ball of fur just like going zoom.
I believe Kanara is making pancakes.
Pancakes.
Do I smell
was Kai helping?
pancakes?
Yes, you smell pancakes.
Sandra. Pancakes.
We didn't eat breakfast yesterday, so I think we could probably make it up to Kanara today. But, making all the effort.
Yeah, and then there's Kai helping while holding the freaking book.
Roll for pancakes.
Roll the pancake.
As Cassandra gets up and comes to investigate this, kind of reading notes of Rosa might get something a little more awkward. Like, oh, morning, Cassandra.
And she just kind of frowns a little at that and just, morning.
Sleep well?
Alright, I guess.
Good.
Did the snow keep you guys from sleeping?
Bit chilly, not gonna lie.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
it's a bit chilly. After it went up,
Yeah.
I didn't take long.
What?
Rosa said I'm not sorry.
You won the snowball fight, why would you be sorry?
I'm sorry for making you cold. I'm not sorry for winning.
Damn.
She pats him on the head.
Yeah, Kai
It's
was buried in
okay.
the damn snow.
I say,
And
"It's
all you see is her
okay,
hand, just like all you just see is her hand.
You can make it up to Rosa by being her floof warmer.
Floof former.
You use the floof to keep her warm.
Okay, just latches onto Rosa's face.
I guess this make me the emotional support kitty. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bzz, bzz. Oh, I have a text message. Hey, can you please get off my eyes? I need to use eyeballs to read
I
book.
want to hug the kitty.
Okay, 5 minutes, but then I need to read messages.
Oh, okay. He just lets
I
it go.
will tickle you. Starts tickling his belly.
No.
Goes harder.
No.
Harder.
Okay, go.
This is the war of attrition. I will win.
You want to bet?
Oh,
no.
You want to put money on that?
No.
I was just watching this unfold. From the...
Oh yeah, definitely.
Five
5 gil. Okay, let's go. And I call for
already know
opposed
Kai's
force
holding a
check or
plate or
something.
something.
Pickle war. It's a tickle war, so
Well, Aeon is latched onto Rose's face. Rose is trying to tickle Aeon off. Aeon doesn't want to move. Post check of finesse or something?
Sure, yeah, post finesse.
What am I doing?
A post finesse
Rosa
check
just-
against Rosa to stay latched onto her face as she tickles you.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay, finesse.
Yeah, Kai's holding a plate at this point. For the pancakes, and I don't know why. I don't know why this Kai just going like, can I pancake?
don't worry.
I'm pancake. I mean, awake.
13.
Damn it.
Aeon is stubborn. Aeon remains affixed and just kind of like does this instinctual thing that fluffy animals can do, just poofs up his fur, making it more difficult, Rosa, for your fingers to get to his sides.
I'm not gonna die.
It makes it more difficult for your fingers to reach Aeon's sides to perform the tickle maneuver, so you're just kind of brushing his hair now.
Diana,
It's getting kind of worse. I can't really breathe anymore.
Rosa, go for the palm.
Just starts batting at the palm. Like it's
It feels like a balloon. It feels like a really dense, solid, but still floaty balloon.
boing boing.
It makes like a sound kind of like a basketball on the court when you bam bat it. Just
She just slumps dejectedly and just reaches into her pocket and flicks Tyr like 5 gil.
Tyr will catch the 5 gil and then just take it up to Cassandra. Yo. Just like catches it in his mouth and holds it up. Tail wagging emphatically.
It's a party fund anyway, so we don't really lose anything. But okay, I'm really warm now. Ayana, could you please eat pancakes instead?
Why? Why can't you read us the story?
I can't read the story if I can't see the story.
So if I let go and you'll read it to me?
Depends what the message is. Also, wow, I think I'm seeing like an infinite void of Eldritch in here.
Oh, if you find my lollipop, can you let me know?
Can I roll an awareness check for a lollipop?
Oh, God.
Make
you
an
can
aware-
see through for the fluff. I'm gonna be mad.
You cannot see into the fluff, but you may make an awareness check all the same.
Yeah, Kayana, could you take over with the pancakes for a while?
11 again.
11 again. All right. So you kind of squint and peer a little deeper into the floof. You don't see any lollipops, but as you're kind of squinting in, you do see just a bit of movement in the floof.
There's something alive in here.
Oh, that might be the fleas.
And then you'd see this little 8-legged spider just start skittering towards your face.
Oh, it's a spider. Oh, it's so cute. I like spiders.
She likes spiders?
Wow.
They're adorable. Look at all their eyes.
Rosa, what is your avoidance?
Oh no.
Are we sure that she's sneeze?
Does Nee not like spiders?
Well, me will be
She was
worried.
terrified of spiders.
Nee had arachnophobia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, same.
So the spider rolled a
You've
6.
seen the scene where Nee met giant spiders and flipped her shit. She's completely...
No, we haven't gotten. We've kind of been lacking on campaign 1.
The spider rolled a 6 on accuracy, by the way.
7.
So you see it kind of skittering towards your face, and you're like, "Oh wait, that thing actually looks venomous," and pull your head out.
I can't pull my head out. Aeon's latched onto my head.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're technically
Kanala
under the
was
effects of
walking over
stop.
there, by
Then
the way.
this hits.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Rosa, you take a point of damage, and your nose starts to swell up as the spider bites you on the tip
My
of your
armor
nose.
score. I almost didn't have armor in my face.
Yeah, no. You take 1 point of damage, and now your nose is swelling.
Oh! The spider bit me. It's a naughty spider.
Oh.
Aeon, I'm being attacked by a spider. Can you please get off my face now? My nose is bleeding.
you don't like
Thank you.
Charlotte?
I love Charlotte. I really love Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte loves me. She doesn't know me yet.
Get to know her.
I
Cassandra
think that's
comes
helpful
over.
when my face isn't pressed into her home.
Cassandra grabs Aeon and starts to pull him off.
It's like a cartoon
Okay.
leather rubber stretch noise.
This is exactly Kyra and Thanatos again.
Bleeding. Ow, my nose. Just kind of just for purposes, can we say we just need to take a small bit of like energy from the grass poking through the snow and just heal the bite?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just puts a finger on her nose, the bite goes away. Better. Now Charlotte just marches over to Aeon and just starts pointing into the floof. No biting. You're adorable. No biting.
What the hell? You're worse than him. And I'm pointing at you.
What do you mean? I'm not. There's a spider in his floof. It's called Charlotte. She's adorable. She also bit me on the nose, which wasn't very nice.
I'm literally not pointing any fingers. I know a certain person who's not afraid of damn spiders.
Hello.
You're not afraid of spiders.
I am only afraid
Yeah.
of spiders if they get on my body or if they're fucking massive.
Ditto.
Yeah, I have.
If they're small, if they're outside, if they're out of the way, or if they're not on me, generally speaking, they don't bother me.
Can I
Oh,
still see
God.
the Charlotte within the floof?
No, Charlotte is too deep in the floof.
Charlotte is too deep in.
Don't tell me-
Charlotte seems to be too scared of me. I want to be friends with Charlotte. Charlotte's adorable.
Well, when you're done with your message, I'll get to show you Charlotte.
Oh,
Okie dokie. I'm going to go read a book now.
I just
You
put
know,
this in my notes.
she-
that Aeon has a pet spider named Charlotte now.
God.
This was not what I had in mind.
You did this. Yeah.
The spider's thing was supposed
Yeah,
to be
let it-
something else entirely,
never
but I
put it
guess
in
it's
your
this
can.
now.
Cassandra's like, I was wondering if she was still in there. You know, I always wondered what she eats.
Oh,
She eats all the bugs that.
It's a
the amount
candy
of lollipops
spider.
Oh,
you put in
I
there.
know. Aeon has a lot of sweet things stuffed in the floof. You attract flies and other insects with sweet things, so a
Yeah.
lot of insects go flying into the floof after the sweet things and get caught in Charlotte's web.
I see it's
Exactly.
symbiotic because flies go to try and eat all of Aeon's sweet things. Charlotte stops them by eating them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
What the
Icky.
fuck just happened?
Behold, the were-sweet spider in its natural habitat.
We have a new party member. It is Charlotte Spider.
I don't know.
Come
Look,
near the candy and I bite you.
look, you got Fluffy. Kai's got Vinny. I have Charlotte.
How have we never met Charlotte until now?
You
She's
never
adorable. I
asked.
love her. Well, you got me there.
Yeah, guys, freaking pancakes.
Anyway, look,
Music.
I'm going to. She goes and she nicks a pancake, goes over to another log or something, and starts reading her book.
Yeah, because Kanaz is standing there with the first batch of pancakes. Well, I don't know who this Charlotte is, but first batch of pancakes are getting cold.
Yeah,
Oh
never let
dear.
Charlotte be
Okay.
Kai at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, never let Charlotte be near Kai at all, because then you know how she'll get.
Well, when we get later
Speaking
on,
of which,
She'll pull a
How's
knee
the
and
second-
shoot the spider with her gun.
and then we'll cry.
No, she'll point the gun, but she'll never freaking.
She'll
So, Kayana.
muster up the guts to pull the trigger.
Yeah, because then she'll see Aeon's freaking crying face.
It's like pointing a gun at a mushroom and asking it to show you the face of God. It goes on this long, ominous, "You cannot hurt me" rant, and you're just,
Okay.
"I'm not fucking scared of you!" kind of thing. Thank you, Johnny Matrigrano.
yeah.
Let's hope that didn't kill your voice doing that.
Oh, I absolutely did. But lucky me, I have a thermos with honey water.
Honey water.
Good.
Honey
Honey
water.
water.
Since everyone has a little bit of wackophobia, am I the only one who's going to be the pest control that gets rid of them? Because I'm not afraid.
No, really?
Ah, shit.
I mean, I'm
It's
not.
not just my mother or you, it's everyone, okay?
I mean, I'm not.
I get rid of it.
I'm not afraid to take a shoe and squash the crap out of it. Well, except maybe a tarantula. That will probably require a shovel.
Well, you won't like my Uncle Troy, he has a load of tarantulas.
Yeah, never let me visit your uncle.
Yep.
Yeah, honey, never let me visit your uncle.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why him and my mother don't get along sometimes. But that's sibling rivalry for you.
Again, never let me see your uncle.
Don't worry, we rarely see him. He
Thank
comes
you.
around at Christmas now and then.
Yeah, never let him never let him or his spiders near me, because then you'll know me. I'll run out like it's a freaking bomb.
Don't worry, I get rid of the eight-legged freaks. As long as you want to keep them in your house, what the fuck?
It's a good movie.
Anyway,
Anyways.
Yep. So, how's the second batch of pancakes coming along, Kayana? I did leave you with them.
should I do a roll real quick?
I
or
won't,
no?
I won't necessitate that here. They're better this time. You kind of zeroed in on the finer points of cooking with a campfire and a frying pan over it. You've sort of nailed it down. They're all right. They're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that should be enough. Pancakes for everyone. I'm gonna start on the more, well, meat variety.
And
You
then
hand
Kai
out the
just-
rest of the pancakes.
Yeah, Kai just like moves away from the stove. She's like, "All yours."
Thank you.
And then she just like hands out the pancakes to everyone.
All right.
Mhm.
And so,
Buffy,
everyone-
your gashel salad is ready. And she pets him.
She's putting in her latest entry into the book.
So, just as a general heads up, if by any cosmic coincidence we happen to run into my parents in the next, day or so, avoid them.
Your
What?
parents are coming?
Wait, what?
No, we've been messaging back and forth, and I told them about a fight, and I don't know if they entirely understand what it was about and why it might have been healthy, so, I'm pretty sure they didn't like you guys anyway that much, so,
Yeah, Kaya's looking at her like, you didn't tell her about my situation, right?
No, I mostly told them about how we had a massive argument and then a snowball fight. They got confused about the snowball fight.
Well, I was hoping to meet them on a more pleasant note, if we
Ugh.
do run into them.
Well, that shouldn't happen unless they randomly wrangle a teleportation spell out of Tamaman to come take me home, because they freak out.
Are they
Question.
gonna Go ahead.
And be
No, go
honest
ahead.
with me. Alright. And be honest with me. They've never seen a Lupin before, have they?
That's why we left you outside.
Great. That's gonna go well.
Because Kunara, I think probably 90% of the people on this continent's never seen a Lupin.
Well, the
Mother.
bright side is they may not know much of what Lupin are like where I'm from, so...
Yes, Aeon?
Are they gonna drive B and Sandra away?
Oh,
If they tried, we'd just run away really fast.
But they didn't like us to begin with when we met them.
Well, they didn't
I
they didn't like me. As I recall,
You're
they-
adorable.
As I recall, they nearly squished you to death.
That's right, that's why they don't like me.
That was just over-enthusiastic hugging and you were an unfortunate casualty of war. It was mostly Cassandra because of what she represents, and now that we had that chat last night, she gets a bit awkward again, scuffs the ground a bit, tail swishing. I mean, well, just I told them that we worked things out and are working things out, but if we do end up meeting them, I would just maybe go easy. Because it was my fault as well with my expectations, but with how... I'm not going to tell them exactly what you said, because they'd probably kill you.
I'll put a hand on your shoulder. Rosa, they are your parents at the end of the day. You shouldn't try to avoid them, and I'm sure they can be reasoned with. They care for you, after all.
Yes, they do, but a little too much. That's kind of what kickstarted a lot of this. And... yeah, like I said, I mentioned the argument, I didn't mention names. So, and I won't tell them exactly what you said, because that wouldn't go well.
Are you gonna leave us, Rosa?
Last night I was umming and ahhing about it, but today I think we need to continue to Anomo, because we have left Grandma Panara and your aunt waiting for like ages while we had drama.
So,
I also... when we get to Anomo, after I'm meeting Grandma Panara first, I've been putting that off for way too long. If you guys don't mind funds and maybe getting some help in the crafting department, I also think I should probably get a change of clothing.
whatever gave you that idea?
The fact that I'm currently wearing my librarian's garments, these are just what I happened to be wearing when you all took me on this grand adventure, and they were not made for it, they're not suited for it, and I haven't washed them in like a month and a half, and there's holes
Oh, yeah, you
growing
haven't.
everywhere.
There's also the
Look,
fact that your outfit does not have sleeves and it is snowing.
Well,
You can see why-
if you recall, she bought those like standard Mikate sleeves when she got cold.
Yeah,
A
but
little
those
while
will
ago.
only take you so far.
Yeah. So I think I should have a slight upgrade, because also, I mean, look, that's from when I got stabbed that one time, and yeah.
Can I
I thought
put
you were-
your finger on your lips?
I thought you were just going for the cute librarian vibe for all those guys.
I
at the
am a
seaport.
cute librarian, but also a cute librarian out here gets eaten.
I'm just saying. I could have sworn I saw some of those guys back at the port looking.
I'm not that cute. Okay, pancakes. Hi.
Cassandra,
I see
seriously.
red. I see the red on your face.
You'll melt the snow and warm me up.
And don't worry, we'll get you looking like a proper adventurer.
Yes. Which I'm finally glad you admitted it because, well, why do you think I've been constantly putting the cloak around you?
Well,
There's nothing wrong with your look, it's just
It's just-
not practical.
my vest is falling apart, so I get a new jacket, maybe some padding on it, and these boots. There's like holes in. There's a hole forming in the sole of it, so yeah, that's making my feet wet.
It's like slightly jumping
Rosa,
her
if I have to make it myself, I will get you some new clothes. Because those ones are worn, and they, yeah, as you pointed
Wow.
out, they stank
I
for
need
days.
something smart, practical, slightly armored, and still exudes. Well, the scholarly vibe. Because not to toot my own horn, but toot toot, I'm good at magic and books. So no plate armor for me, please, thank you guys, or anything like that, because I would probably collapse inwards.
You just fall over and make a dent in the ground.
You don't have to tell me, I can tell that you are not one for play.
I'm
armor,
not.
that's for sure.
I do spells. I'm not. I can't grapple with people. The people
No.
in front of me, I'd kind of just. If I had a hoodie, I would just zip it up, put the hood over my head, and get into the fetal position.
Coming at you with a blast of fire. What do you do?
Die.
Well,
No, don't worry, kiddo. We'll get you looking snazzy.
Oh,
and
good.
I'd be happy to help with it. After all, I have some experience myself of crafting clothing.
Well, we'll
And if
figure
I,
that
then
out.
I can do it for you. With
Figure
your
that out.
help.
Oh yeah, I have kind of. I've been thinking of this a bit. I kind of have a design in mind, but we'll make it in Anomo, because if there's any place that's gonna have the materials to make a magical MacGuffin, it's the little city of mages.
Which I'm
Which, by
glad
the
you
way,
brought that
really
up.
excited to see the city of mages because they've got all the books and libraries and.
Rosa, stop. I'm glad you brought up the
I
subject.
refuse. I forged my own path.
I
All
know you
you're
do.
Try just going like Rosa, breathe.
But listen. Yes, that. Breathe. Because I'm glad you brought that up. No offense, as much as I find your bouncy personality amusing, if this Panara you speak of is more of a serious individual,
Yes.
and demands respect,
I'm going to stop you there, Kunara.
all I'm wanted to point out, you must
Kanara.
address yourself professionally.
We'll see, but first things first, we need to get there. So I can meet Grandma Panara and all the books. I hear some of them talk. I want to know what books say.
And on that note, we are burning daylight, so we should probably keep this conversation going in the back of the wagon, huh?
The dragon's got a point. Come on. Let's go, everybody, into the wagon. Get that chocobo moving. We gotta go.
Yes.
That Chocobo has a name. She is the Fluffy, and Fluffy, get moving. Let's go.
And once you're smartly dressed, I shall teach you how to appropriately introduce yourself without the nervousness.
Kunara,
You would know
Again.
anything about that?
yeah, Kunara, again, I appreciate the offer, but when it comes to my meeting with Panara, respectfully, give me some space with that, please.
By all means, I just want to make sure that you know.
I can handle it. I'm not going to glompa in the middle of some sort of lecture, which I might have done a month ago. I know what I'm doing, okay? Can you just have some faith in the fact that that girl is a little in the past? I still like books, I can still get excited, but I'm not a child. Anymore.
Nope, you're not. You are now an adult.
Took me long enough. Anyway, rest of you, cart. Tier's right, we are burning daylight.
All right. So with that, you all pile into the back of the wagon. You get Fluffy hitched up, gather up your things, and with the onset of late morning, you set off in the wagon back down the road. So, Mystic, I take it you're drawing over there.
Yes, sorry.
It's fine. I can hear your tablet. This is all.
Yeah.
I can hear your pen just kind of against it.
What?
It was very audible during Darkness and Kayana's thing.
Sorry.
No,
What are you
don't
working
apologize. Just observing.
What are you working on?
Just sketching while listening.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so you continue to make your way to the north. It doesn't take you too terribly long to pass by the point in the road you had been at before. The break that would take you to Windurst if you were to take it, but you press on past it, continuing on your way north as the road arcs its way towards the east and then curves back to the north. Gradually, as you continue further north, the snow gets gradually deeper. Why the hell does my camera keep jumping like that? It's aggravating.
Just excited we're finally getting progress in.
Well, regardless. It's about halfway through the third day of travel from that point that the road branches out into a wide three-way intersection. One road heading west, the other heading east. To those of you familiar with maps and the geography of the region, you know that if you take the western road, you would wind up at Loloto, and beyond that, the Black Chocobo Forest and the port town of Poriton. Heading east, the road will diverge before long. Following the southern route would take you to Dali and the Tonberry settlement of Puktha, or just following straight east, you would eventually reach Anomo, heading up the mountains.
You know, I hear there's a memorial to Rocket somewhere in the Black Chocobo Forest. Given that where she supposedly came from, though the book is rather unclear on that matter. But she is a Black Chocobo, or was a Black Chocobo, so it makes sense.
This Walker, she's one of the Warriors of Light, correct?
Big Chocobo with her intelligence augmented by illegal cybernetics that were forced upon her as a chick.
I figured as much. I saw the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And you
She
say
has-
she's capable of speech?
Yeah, she was when she was alive. I mean, she has a tomb on Marasu. I mean, hypothetically speaking, if you were to find her remains and switch on her cybernetics, you could sort of speak with her, or at least like some sort of memory echo of her. It's stored in the memory banks, even though the brain's gone.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they don't let just anybody in.
Oh no, it's sealed and the location is kind of vague on purpose. Like you'd have to ask the Isle Master. It's not really spread around.
Makes sense. Girl probably wants to rest in peace.
And they don't want
Question
anyone looting the valuable magitech that's still there.
Question to the DM.
Shoot.
Would the Warriors of Light would know where it was, right?
Oh,
Those that are still alive, yeah.
Hi,
Oh, no.
I'm on the other side of the continent, so you'd have to ask me later.
I mean, Thanatos would have known where it was. Could he have just told his family?
He could have.
So yeah, I mean, we'd all know where. Speaking as our Warrior of Light characters, we'd all know where it was because we would have been there when we sealed her inside. We would have been the ones to do it because she was the first to die due to her age issues, being a chocobo.
And just
Yeah,
the fact
lost.
that her body did eventually start to not handle having all these augments so well.
Like in her phase.
We have lost Mystic.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Nice here.
Okay, you disappeared from the roll 20 for a minute.
Yeah, it's just 'cause I wasn't looking at the screen. I had my
Gotcha.
drawing tablet on.
But yeah, so I mean, Nee would absolutely know where Rocket's located.
I just wondered if I just wondered if I ever just think like Thanatos would ever like say, "Hey, right here is where Rocket's tomb would be." Either way, Cassandra probably wouldn't remember it unless she actually looked at a map.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's not going to come up anyway, so regardless. Either way.
I will point out when pretty much you mentioned the tomb part, Kanara said something in her language.
What was that?
Oh, forgive my old tongue language. I was merely paying my own respects. She sounded like a mighty chocobo.
Well, by all accounts, she was, though she went first due to being a chocobo. I mean, anyone paying respects tends to either... Well, there's the statue in Marasu, and like I said, I think there's a monument to her somewhere in the Black Chocobo Forest, where she came from. But the only ones who really know where the tomb is and could go to pay respects are her daughters, the Phoenixes, and Warriors of Light.
Which there's only one left.
Yes, and Grandma Nee hasn't stepped foot on the Isle of Marasu herself since whatever happened to me and mine.
Well, when we meet her one day, we'll say, "Hey, can you tell us where the tomb is? We'd love to see it."
I mean, it begs more the question of what happened between the Aethils and the Solwinds and this Forgal guy, because, I mean, one of her best friends is buried there, and she doesn't even go there anymore because I'm there. At least I assume that would be why.
Cassandra grabs your face. Rosa, one thing at a time. Let's go meet your grandma. One grandma, and then we'll go meet the other one. How about that?
Indeed. Although, I will point out, my clan has similar customs, a bit different to yours, though. We mostly, well, have a sort of funeral where we light the remains, but we keep certain possessions to remember them.
The
And
Warriors
as you
of Light...
folks-
said the funerals for the Warriors of Light were kind of extravagant because they were the Warriors of Light. Not everyone gets grand tombs.
Well, not everyone in my clan gets to hold a piece of the family. Points
know.
to her cloak.
Where would
Long
Thanatos and Alistair and that be entombed?
Alistair, I imagine, would be in Garlat.
Either in Garlat or near Wendling Crossroad, given that Wendling Crossroad is where he perished.
Yeah.
And as far as
probably a memorial there.
And Thanatos, I imagine he's in Viala.
Yeah. Probably just ask, like, don't give me anything special, just stick me in the dirt in Viala.
Just stick me in the dirt in Viala next to Kyra.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what would have happened? Would be a...
I'll leave it up to their players. That's your guys' characters.
Where's Mika?
Mika is buried on Marasu. She wanted her remains returned to her homeland.
Then I know where when she dies, where Nee's going to end up. She's going to write to her wife, even if she's from Vitae, but she's also from Zalat and can't really go back there. No.
I would say there is like a memorial place where Alistair died, but his body was delivered back to Garlet.
Okay.
So a memorial on the site where he fell to the Morbol, and then at his tomb is under maybe a cathedral in Garlat.
Pretty sure I had it that he fell to the last of the remaining Velkers, but regardless.
The Velkers, well, wherever he fell to, yeah, in London Crossroads.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Which means that by the end of this, there's going to be 3 Warriors for Light on Marasu.
And hey, makes sense. That island is fucking important at this point.
Yeah.
So all those motherfuckers met. Anyway, so moving on from that, you turn to the east and carry on for the next couple of days across the road. To the south, the Tarula forest continues to roll on and on. This carpet of what once might have been lush green, now white, speckled and peppered with the occasional spot of green and black as you carry on into the foothills around the Mage's Mountains, the terrain getting steeper and steeper, the temperatures continuing to drop as you continue further and further into the winter season. On the 18th of Shadow Chill. Actually, wait, hold on. 16th. My mistake. I was miscounting. On the 16th of Shadow Chill, as you are coming over a rise in the foothills, on a day with partly cloudy skies, but still sunlight, but freezing temperatures and a light breeze adding a significant bit of wind chill, causing you all to sort of huddle up in the back of the wagon. As you're coming up over a foothill, you spot a little town on the road, straddling the road at the base of the mountains.
That's new.
Indeed. Kayana, and just about anyone else, but Kayana in particular, may make lore general or lore history checks to see what you know of this little hamlet. It's not a large town. It's pretty small.
Well, Rosa has quite a lot in lore history, so...
I only have lore monsters.
4, 8, 9, and 12.
All right. 12 from Rosa. Kayana?
I am looking. It was. What was it that I need to?
Either lore general or lore history, whichever's higher for you.
Nope. I don't have any.
I have none. What about you, son?
I got magic. That's it.
I
This
got
seems
monsters.
So 2d6, right?
Just 2d6, yeah.
So the only one. So Rosa is literally
I
the
know
Nico of
nothing.
the group.
Yeah.
On that note.
Okay, surprisingly,
And
Kayana doesn't know about this town, but Rosa.
I'm a nerd. I know things.
So Rosa,
So,
you
Rosa.
know, you know that this is the village of Sassafel. It is a settlement that functions more or less as a checkpoint and rest stop for those who wish to travel up and down the path to the Academy City. It sees particularly dense traffic during the hotter seasons and significant build-up during the colder months, as the pass is often covered by snow and ice that makes the climb exceptionally dangerous and unforgiving during the winter. It sprung up in the aftermath of the Amber Tide to better accommodate prospective students who wish to learn the art of magic. It's not large, you'd estimate it only has a couple hundred people living in it, but it's significant enough as a rest stop for prospective students to be of some note.
That's Sassafel. I'm going to give you the exact same information the DM just gave us.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
Seems
So
like
you-
a pleasant little place.
I don't remember this place being in the book.
It's new, relatively speaking. I mean, kind of a place for preparation for the climb. They decided that, sending barefaced students straight up with no rest stop on the way was ill-advised and resulted in a few people dying.
I don't see the
Good
big
point
deal of
with
it.
that.
We had to climb mountains.
Yeah, but most people aren't trained dragoons. I mean, even I've had some training from Vs in being a watcher, but most prospecting mages who start out can barely make their hands go all fizzy.
You don't even have mountains on Marasa.
No, but I'm trained at least in the basics of nature and combat and stuff. Most prospecting mages don't even have that. They come here to learn that stuff. But the mountain is the test to the resolve of the potential students, and not all of them pass. Some have to go back down, and some don't make it either way.
And probably don't receive like the strict sort of training I've had.
Well,
Didn't you grow up in a cold place?
Not really, no. I actually haven't been to my homeland. You see, when I was born, I was more a ways from it in a more lush green area. Although it was hard to call it home since we kept moving when unwanted company was near.
Get it. So, either way, let's get through this little place and go up the mountain.
Any supplies we want while we're here, or are we just blowing straight through?
And we've got plenty of supplies. Come on. Grandma waits.
Yes, and hopefully some answers.
And don't worry, I have checked our food stocks and we still have enough for this little journey up the mountains.
Oh, might be a couple days up, depending on how bad the snow is, and we are in the middle of winter, so.
We can always come back, Koopa.
We'll come
Yeah,
back.
well,
Yeah, we'll come
just
back on the way down.
keep an eye out for ice snoglins. They're a thing up there.
How many types of these snoglins are there?
There's sky snogwins. When the amber tide was in effect, there were dye snogwins.
Didn't Aeon make like his illusion practice a high snogwin?
Yes.
Yep.
I think it is. Yes. So
The mini
It's
one.
mine. I made it a high Snogwin.
Oh,
I just
You're
love how
quite
ubiquitous
creatures.
those that. I love how ubiquitous that thing has become. It's great.
My
Huh?
snogwins.
My Snogwin.
oh, by any means. Let's hope we get a pass through. I mean, if it's set up like a place where, to decide who goes up there, would they just let us through, or would they want permission?
I mean,
I mean,
the only time they should really stop us is if something real bad is happening up on the trail,
Oh,
but
goddammit.
they shouldn't.
sorry. I'll be right back, guys. Keep going.
So, unless we need to stop for anything, let's just keep on trucking on.
Alright. Up you go then. You pass through the heart of the town, sort of a main street. If you've ever watched Castlevania, it's kind of like Lindenfeld.
Yep.
Whereas like the bulk of the town and like the major market stalls are sort of on this sort of central road with a bunch of smaller ones branching off to where the residences and storage facilities are. There's not a whole lot of foot traffic out and about right now. You see like local militiamen are sort of standing watch at like a lamppost in the middle of that wide road I mentioned. Sort of gives your group a nod as you're passing by, but by and large everyone seems to currently just be hunkering down inside. It's a pleasant little town. You imagine it would probably be very pretty in the warmer seasons. Right now it's just kind of bleak. But if you're not Go on.
So, have to say, a lot more peace and quiet here than most of the other places I've been. It's pleasant.
I'm more eager to see the city. Mika's descriptions are, I'm drooling.
Oh, great.
Magic.
And there's the Rosa I know. She smirks.
Well, that just change doesn't immediately happen from one argument, aside from making the world slightly grayer. But I still like magics and books, like a core thing of my character arc.
There's nothing wrong with that. I prefer you be yourself than anything else.
It's like Rosa breaking fourth wall.
If anyone in this group besides Aeon was gonna break it.
What happened?
Rosa leaned on the fourth wall. Okay, sitting next to
What?
Aeon clamped onto my face and things were passed on.
I passed down knowledge?
You passed on something.
Are you sure that spider bite wasn't like poison?
None of this is real. All the figments of a group of assholes' imaginations. They're making
Rosa
us
is-
suffer for nothing.
Rosa has become Spider-Man and doesn't know it yet.
I was about to say, like, it'd be funny if she
Spider
could do
kitty.
that, like, with the coffee. With caffeine.
Either way.
Make her drink it straight up rather than absorbing it from Diana's veins.
So, you sort of look up at the Mage's Mountains looming over you, tall and smothered in snow and white. That's just this impenetrable wall of frost before you, with a traversed and maintained path lit with little lampposts every so often winding up the slopes and between the peaks. Fluffy kind of draws up short for a little bit, lets out a little trilling sound.
Question, is Tyr in the cart with us, or is he up there flying?
He's currently sort of curled up on the floor of the cart.
No.
They're sort of out of sight, but still present.
So Fluffy was hesitating to go up, he said.
Yeah.
It's okay, girl. We have fire and dragons to help keep us warm. And at the end of the road, there'll be a city with plenty of places to buy more casual pickles.
On the topic of dragons, he takes off the cloak and puts it around Tyr.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm coiling up so that I'm out of sight, but I'm not cold.
He's a dragon. He has an internal fire.
Yeah. I'm just curling up so I'm out of sight. You're fine. You keep your cloak. Taking it off and dropping it on the floor is just going to draw more attention to you.
Good point.
Besides, we're going to Anomo. Magical creatures aren't unheard of there.
What kind of magical creatures?
Yes.
That
Like
doesn't
me?
ease my worry.
It's the city of mages. Expect weird stuff.
Like me.
You're not weird, you're adorable.
You hear someone clear their throat a little ways behind the wagon.
Oh.
Hello?
You turn to look, and you see that sort of militia watchman you spotted earlier approached. Are you lot thinking of heading up the mountain?
Yes.
Well, considering the season, I am obligated to warn you that it is a very perilous climb at this time of year. Avalanches and rock slides can happen routinely and block the road. If you get caught in one of those, there's a very good chance help won't be able to reach you in time. There's also a risk of certain types of beasts that like to prowl those roads. They were better maintained than they were in days of yore, but it is still a very risky climb. It's your call, but I'm obligated to make sure you're aware of the risks.
We're aware, and I have a fair knowledge of what to expect up there, and we're all pretty capable of staving off beasts. Kind of nods towards the big armored sword people.
Well, beasts will be the least of your worries. Just be careful. The weather can change in a heartbeat up in the mountains.
Well, if we need to dig ourselves out of snow, Aeon has that covered.
Yay!
All right.
I'm sorry, I'm back. Can I get a little recap on what I missed? Sorry.
Just a city watchman just approached and was just warning the party like, hey, it's during the winter. It's a really dangerous ascent. Be careful.
Okay.
All right.
We appreciate the warning, but we'll be fine.
Not my first time on a mountain. Don't worry.
All right. Well, for all of your combined sakes, I hope your confidence is not misplaced. Safe journey. And he gives a nod of his head and returns to his post.
Oh, before you... Sorry, sir. Before you go, is there any way to, send messages up to the city from this place?
Not directly from anyone who lives here, no, unfortunately. We're a checkpoint for just people trying to get there. We're not necessarily a communications hub. We're just a resting point, a spot on the road.
Well, thanks anyway.
Of course.
Wish we had a way to send word to Grandma Panara and your aunts just so they knew we were coming.
I will say, it might be for the best to leave to begin your ascent up the mountain at first light. Things can get very tricky later in the day. We have an inn if you want to make use of it.
It would be wise. Besides, Fluffy does seem a bit nervous. I am trusting her instincts.
Okay.
You can go.
Cassandra?
Fine.
Right, to the end.
I guess we can all use an actual bed.
Actual bed, a warm meal. You can resupply on a few things if you're running low.
I would need to get a few more supplies for food. It's going to be very exhausting to get up that mountain.
All right. The inn is just back there a ways the way you came. He sort of points towards a 2-story building sort of off to one side. So it has sort of a log cabin motif with these sort of artificially created icicles that sort of hang off in the rim with real icicles hanging off of them. There's a snow melt. Warm beds, warm food.
Happens much around here.
Not much happens, no. We're a pretty quiet spot. Anything exciting usually happens when people pass through.
I was more referring to snow melting. It doesn't happen much here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It does in the warmer seasons.
Yeah, off to the end.
Off to the inn.
The end.
Oh no, I've been disconnected from the watch together. What the fuck?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, why?
You? That's
That's not right.
Yeah, that's weird.
Diffe.
Oh, the hell? What the hell?
Either way. There we go. So
Instead of having a strip.
So you make your way over to this inn, the Snowmelt, and pushing the door open, you are definitely hit with a much warmer atmosphere. There's a sort of central fire pit that's been arranged, sort of large portions of the floorboards peeled back to make space for it, and it's emitting a lot of warmth and heat. There's a little filtering hole through the top to let smoke from the fire out. There's a bar off against the right wall nearby, and various round tables scattered around the edges of the room. It's got kind of a, like I said, kind of a log cabin Norse aesthetic going on. And behind the bar, sort of just looking over a book in his hand, you see a blue-scaled bonga man. He lifts his head as you're entering. Ah, travelers don't get those very often this time of year. Thumps his book closed. What can I do for you?
Just need a room for the night.
Alrighty, I can accommodate that. How many in your party?
Is Tyr still with us? Has he taken up to the skies at this point?
Tyr's taken to the skies at this point.
Thought so. So
Again, we're in a settlement.
There's 5 of us and Chocobo.
Alright, well, it's 10 gil per room per night. Each room has 2 beds. You can divide that amongst yourselves as you see fit. It'll be an extra 10 for the Chocobo, so 40 gil in total per night for your group. I'm assuming if you're wanting to divide up with 2 people per room.
I think we can get 2 rooms because Aeon just snuggles up to Cassandra anyway.
Alright, that makes sense.
And we can pretty much share the other one.
Gennara, you and me? Bunk?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be with Cassandra.
Alright.
You might notice that Rosa seems very deliberate in choosing Gennara right now to bunk with.
And Cassandra just kind of just looks down a bit at that and just accepts it.
Alright, so you pass forward the 30 gil. Outside, Fluffy gets escorted by a stable hand to a little sheltered spot where she can rest up and have access to all the geishel greens she wants, and a trough of water, and just a nice warm spot to lay her head and curl up and roost.
I thought you said roast.
No. No chocobo roast.
No KFC.
No.
Oh no.
And that's not roast, that's fried. That's different.
Fluffy.
Roast fried.
I will kill one of you.
No. Anyway.
We don't want an angry kitty.
Alright. You bunk down for the so you make your way to your rooms on the 2nd floor, and they're simple but nice. The blankets on each bed look to be thick and furry to counteract the cold of the outside. The beds appear sturdy and well made. There's a cabinet and a vanity in each room. Is there anything else you wish to do or anything you wish to discuss?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Other than Kai just like now writing in her book and like because she hasn't wrote or anything in a long time.
Okay.
So you go first.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, as we're heading up to our rooms, Rose is mostly just eager to hit the hay because meeting hopefully Grandma Panara next couple of days, so eager to get started. As they're heading up, she will catch Cassandra a moment and go, "Hey, I noticed that look you gave. No hard feelings. I just need space for a while."
She just kind of puts her hand on her room door, like, I understand. Say,
Just from the beginning, right? So.
Yeah. Good night, Rosa.
Night, Cassandra.
Just goes in the room.
Close the door behind you. All right. Anything else?
Rosa is going off to bed.
Yeah. Knan notices but doesn't say anything and even follows on pretty much. Gets settled down.
All right. Well then.
Don't worry about Kanara. Just work things out with time. But, it's still raw.
I understand. No worries.
And with that, you all bunk down for the night. You get some rest. Mystic, if I could take you into the Hall of Whispers, please.
Fuck!
Oh,
Not now.
Here there comes the shadow to kill us in our sleep.
You can't take her.
Tough. Mine.
Oh.
I was just gonna message you about it.
All right, so that night, as you were sleeping, you dream. You awaken or find yourself in a very dense forest, or at least it seems that way, but there's no sky. It's just black overhead. But you do have light in the form of bioluminescent flowers and fungi all around you. You see a few glowing butterflies of purples and blues flit from a large leaf and dance to another. And all around you, dense foliage and these various glowing plants stretching on and on into the distance as far as your eye can see. It is colorful, it is beautiful, but it's shrouded in an unnatural dark all around. The air feels cool and damp, and your breaths reverberate around you strangely loudly. What do you do?
I think he just looks around and just sees the interesting forest and the dark sky and all the pretty colors. And he is going to just look around and see if there's anything if there's somebody or something in this deep forest.
You're not seeing anyone. And you're not seeing anything other than what you've been seeing. A few colorful butterflies sort of flit from a flower and sort of frolic in front of your face, sort of catching your attention.
Oh, hello, butterflies.
Sort of start flying down a nearby a path through the foliage that you hadn't spotted before, as if it just appeared now. The butterfly is dancing down it.
Wait, don't go! Come back!
He just starts following them.
All right. You follow them and you pass by even more little bioluminescent plants and fungi and flowers, colorfully glowing in the dark. As you're going, you spot just a stray box off to one side, but you feel compelled to pay it no mind. And you just keep going. And you just keep going, following the butterflies, until eventually they come to what looks to be a natural stone wall, like the side of a cliff, gray and rugged, but unimposing, with a semicircle-shaped hole in it that leads into a long cavernous tunnel, only illuminated by spindly little stalks of faintly glowing purple, clinging to the walls and wavering around like exploring fingers, almost. The butterflies are flitting into the tunnel.
This tunnel is creepy.
He kind of hesitates for a second. He just decides to follow them.
All right. You follow the butterflies into the tunnel, and you can see them up ahead, these twin dancing lights sort of circling around each other, blue and purple. You follow them and you follow them with more of those little spindly stalks just sort of retreating from you as you pass, with these sort of vaguely damp, crunchy noises as they sort of close up, leaving the path behind you dark, but the path ahead still lit. After an indeterminate amount of time of following these butterflies down this path, you come out into a much wider chamber, and you are met with a wall of glowing blue glass. Stained glass, painted and colored. It looks like a depiction of an ocean.
So pretty.
The butterflies come up to the glass and settle on its surface, beating their wings frantically as if they're trying to get through, but are not making any success.
There's nothing else in the room, just a big glass.
Just the big glass wall, the big blue mirror or window.
Okay, he goes up to the window. Do the butterflies react to him going
The
no?
butterflies don't react to Aeon, seemingly. They seem to still be trying to, like, push through, but not making any progress.
I wonder if this is the window Lou is talking about.
Kind of just puts his little paw on the window. Does it feel
warm.
anything?
It's warm. It's faintly vibrating. Feels comfortable. You like it.
Hi, Lou. Can you hear me?
There's a few seconds of silence before you hear a gentle tapping on the other side of the glass.
Lou, is that you?
He's just gonna tap back. Dum, dum.
So this must be the window. Alright. I'm gonna try and see what I can do, Lou. Because I do want to see you.
And with that, he's going to try and scratch the window.
All right. You put your paws up to the window and start rubbing them furiously, but it's just kind of making the squeaking sound as your paws rub against it. And it quickly occurs to you, this is not regular old glass. Even using the tiny little nails on the tips of your nubs, you're not making any progress in scratching it with your paws.
I'm scratching, but it's not working, Lou.
It's kind of like a louder, like glassy thump on the other side. More forceful and louder.
Lou, are you okay?
Dong, dong.
I could try getting a dash and hitting it. I just don't know if that'll work. Okay, I'll try that.
I'm just going to like get a little head start, go back a bit, and then just rush into it.
Force check.
Oh boy. Nope, that's not it.
10?
10.
10. You back up a bit, give yourself a little encouraging ruffle, and you charge forward full speed, wings beating like mad, and you just sort of squish and pancake into the glass wall before boing, just sort of bouncing off like a soccer ball. You don't leave a mark.
Ow. Still did nothing. Lou, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not making any progress.
Dong, dong. Boom. Boom. Dong, dong.
Am I able to use magic here?
You may certainly try.
Okay. Let's try casting Meteorite, I guess.
All right. So, you go ahead and roll the damage for Meteorite for me, please.
Okay. 6. Power times 3. 30. Okay.
Ooh, 42.
Oh.
All right, so you move back a little bit to get yourself to a safe distance. You ruffle up a bit, you lift up your paws, and in the air behind you, this rift in reality opens up, and out comes shooting this flurry of purple flaming stones that fly forward and smash against the glass wall, creating this big kick-up cloud of smoke and dust, and the sound of cracking and crumbling stones. And as the dust clears, you do see a visible scratch mark has appeared on the surface of the glass.
I did it!
He just goes up to the crotch.
You move up to the scratch. It is glowing brighter than the glass around it, this sort of almost white color.
Oh, I did it! I did it!
Dong, 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 dong.
I promise, Lou. I'll do better next time.
Dong, dong. Dong, 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 dong. Boom, boom, boom. Dong, 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 boom, boom, dong, 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 dong. The tapping is getting much faster and suddenly sounds frantic.
Everything okay, Lou?
Make an awareness check.
Okay.
13. As the tapping and knocking becomes increasingly loud and frantic, you hear the sort of a rumble and then a whoosh, and the tapping stops. There's a moment, and then you feel something shift in the air. And you hear something moving behind you, this two little sound on the stones.
Do I see anything?
Do you turn around is the better question.
Yes, I turn around. Do I see anything? Sorry.
You spin around and you come face to face with a wall of black. And you see two glowing blue eyes snap open to peer at you. And a distant whistling cry. And then you wake up. And we'll need to return to the
lovely.
others now.
Yay!
Mysteries!
Mystery.
I know what all of that symbolism meant. You don't.
I don't.
It'll be fun watching you unravel that, but let's get back to the others, shall we?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Big, what is happening?
Going on in there?
You hitting something?
There are rolls. That is a damage roll if I've ever seen it. What is going on in there?
Stuff and things. Anyway. So.
Who are you hurting? Who
Welcome
hurts you?
back.
Who must we kill?
Yeah, what happened?
Is Aeon having a bad dream? Does Cassandra need to punch something?
You don't
It's
know.
Demon McDemon face doing demon things.
There are no demons. They're all dead.
Shadow, it's the new demon of bullshit. Yeah.
A new demon of
Demon of
bullshit. I
bullshit.
suppose we have to kill all the bison now, don't we?
I was
Anyway.
literally shaking. I was like, what's going
So
on?
we are
here?
very
So-
concerned out of character for Aeon.
So that's like the first crit I think I've gotten, right?
It's
Like,
in
the
a while,
sixes?
at least.
That's it.
Was that
Well, it's a max
crit?
damage thing.
Oh, max damage. Okay, never mind.
Oh, so it was
Yeah,
damage, okay.
So it was a damage roll.
Yeah. So we are very out of character concerned for Aeon, and really annoyed that we can't take that in character just to get him inspected fucking now.
Anyway,
So-
so
You don't even talk to him yet.
So, does Cassandra notice like him like shaking in his sleep or anything?
well, here's what happens. Here's what happens. It is the following morning, and like as everyone is starting to come into that state of just sort of waking up in their rooms, but not getting up yet, in that sort of groggy half phase between sleep and up. And just sort of coming into that, Aeon jolts abruptly awake.
Uh-oh.
Aeon?
So you jolt abruptly awake. You're a little short of breath, but nothing too bad.
Aeon, what's wrong? What's going on?
Yeah, watch together room's being naughty again.
Hmm?
The watch together
Watch
room is
together
being
is being
non-compliant.
naughty
Oh, I was wondering why I can't. Oh, error. You've been. I was wondering why I can't hear anything.
Oh, it's being funky.
Hey.
I had
I've
good.
missed that entire
I had
time.
ominous music going the entire time.
Ah! Oh, I just noticed it now after you said it. I'm like, it is silent. I can't hear anything. Hang on.
Just refresh it, and that should fix it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Please, I want to hear ambience music.
I had good ambience going too. Damn it.
Tell me on the recording.
I'm getting ambience. Shut up.
We're back to regular
I-
music now. So
I need the moment music. Hush. Repeat what Cassandra said again.
She, as you are jolting awake and short on breath, she asks, "Aeon, what's going on?"
I just had a weird dream, that's all. Ugh,
Weird in a good way or weird in a bad way?
wasn't bad. I don't think it was, at least, Koopa.
You want to talk about it?
I don't really remember everything, Sandra.
Okay.
Inquiry check. Pigeons. Oh, they're not in there.
Can I roll something? See if he's being honest.
Make an inquiry check, I guess.
The pigeons demand it.
Pigeons demand it.
The pigeons.
Pigeons.
Oh, Freebirds. Oh.
Pigeons?
Metagaming pigeons.
Well, the birds you call the Freebirds. You're calling us pigeons.
It's a critical role thing.
Okay, 8. Nah, you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
Learn nothing.
Or
Yeah.
I could just be fucking honest. Frickin' suspect that I'm lying, assholes.
You are being talked to by a
We
shadow. Things are happening.
We
You're
don't know
rolling
what is
damage.
going on. You were rolling something.
You don't know anything.
We know enough to be worried.
Oh, good lord! You're all overly motherly.
For Aeon? Why not?
Okay,
Anyway.
so Cassandra is just going to. let
Aeon
that
believes it,
go and
or or at the very least,
Cassandra
you're
believes.
not getting vibes that Aeon is being dishonest right now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe you just had a little too much sugar before bed. I keep telling you about that.
Oh, I didn't even think of it. Maybe Charlotte bit me. Oh, I might have turned wrong. Sorry, Charlotte.
He just pats on his floof wherever she may be.
You just feel like a little tickle as a couple of hairs get parted, but that's about it. It's impossible to read that thing.
Yeah, I remember I was a little weirded out at first with the spider. I forgot it was there for a bit.
But it keeps all the fleas off of me. You know how much I hated when Mom gave me flea baths, Kupo.
That is true. You really hated those.
And Rosa wonders why I hate them. Yeah.
It was even worse after you started taking lessons from Earl. You about blew up the tub.
Mom was so mad.
Yeah, and I was mad when I had to help fix it.
You think Auntie will be happy to see us?
She bounces Aeon up and down. Of course she will. So we haven't seen Auntie in years.
I don't really remember her much.
Well, she came around less and less as I got older. She's just really busy, you know. She loves us. I know she does. She always brought us presents. Always told us really fun stories about the academy. Always annoyed Mom. I'm sure she'll be glad to see us.
Is everybody up yet, or do we still have to sleep?
Yeah, Kaya's still asleep in her bed where she's sharing with you guys.
I forgot Kai was in the room.
So
You're across the room in the other bed, yeah.
Does Cassandra see her book?
The
Oh
sketch?
yeah, it's open.
Oh no.
So Cassandra just kind of gets this grin on her face
And this is how she winds up
And-
getting arrested.
and slowly tiptoes her way over to the bed to try to pick up the book.
Cassandra, stealth check. Kyanna, awareness check, but only roll 1d6 because you are asleep.
Let's see how this goes.
Come on, dice, don't fail me now. 10.
1d6,
5.
right?
Plus your awareness, Kyanna.
Oh
Oh,
my god,
boy.
I'm dumb.
Well, what's your awareness?
Hold on.
You need a 5 in awareness
Uh,
to be able to match this.
4.
Oh, so
I
close.
Oh,
So Kyanna stirs a little bit but does not waken. Cassandra, you may acquire the sketchbook.
I
Nosy
pick it
little
up
goblin.
And what do I see in said book?
It's a good question. Ari, go nuts. You do now. I don't know what you put in there.
Oh yeah, I got it. Because I thought about it while we were talking.
You could be doodling homoerotic symbolism in there and I would not even know.
Oh God.
There, so basically in the book is Jesus Christ.
It's Jesus Christ. He has come.
Diana is Catholic!
No, I heard so many things. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay. Go on.
So basically in the book you see like the inventions, like her inventions she was planning, but also the inventions that like Aeon's wand and also her Rose's bow as well that said succeeded in the edge. But there's also a little scribble of like the whole group. Like the little like, you know, when you scribble like people sometimes and they just says family at the end of it.
Aww. Cassandra just smiles at that. And she puts the book back down. Right where she found it.
Yeah, and also on the other side there's kind of like a ripped page where a specific person used to be.
You threw that in the fire. I remember that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so luckily there was nothing else other than scribbles and also some inventions that she was planning on one page, but also just the page that with the bow and the wand, and also the little scribble of the family thing.
Aww.
That's sweet.
That is sweet.
It's so sweet when you have an asshole that's prying into the privacy of somebody's book.
More what's in the book, not
Yeah.
Cassandra prying. That's not
That's just Cassandra.
Literally, Kai doesn't have no secrets. She's just honest from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Says the amount of lies that Kai just.
Uh-huh. And while Cassandra was kind of planning to do something to get her to wake up, she just goes and walks back to the bed to wait for her to wake up.
Did you see anything?
She called us family, Aeon.
We are family.
I know, but she drew it and she scribbled it, so it makes 100% for her.
Yee.
Okay, and then after a few minutes, Kai is awakened and she's, never a morning person.
Good morning, Kai.
Morning, Kai.
Morning.
You want some coffee?
Please.
We promise Kunara won't make it.
Shots fired!
Shots fired!
So,
It's not something burning? Oh no, it's the shots being fired.
Aeon took your gun. Oh no.
and Kunara is muted.
Oh.
I saw a hand there, Darkness. I know you're there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just being muted so I don't interrupt the moment.
Oh my god.
I know Kunara's not here, but thoughts on that?
No, it's still asleep, but
Just
I
type
hear
your
twitches.
Yeah.
Your twitches.
My
Yeah,
ears
twitching
were
up there.
burning.
My ears. So Cassandra's just gonna go downstairs and get a couple coffees.
Yeah, no. Wait, is Aeon left by himself with Kai?
Yes.
Oh god. Yeah, Kai is just like closing her book and she's like getting up and stretching. Ugh.
If I can, I'm gonna float over to Kai and just give her a hug.
What's this for?
Why not?
I just want to give you a hug, Kai. Maybe they love you.
Yeah, you can see a little smile on her face and she just hugs him back. And yeah, let's hope she doesn't see Charlotte.
Oh no. Is Kai arachnophobic?
You think?
I think she said that she was.
Uh-oh.
Luckily,
So if we run into like one of those
have much
big...
to talk about.
So if we run into any like spider monsters, is she gonna freak out?
Kayana freaking out and Rosa wanting to hug it.
She doesn't know about Charlotte yet.
she was there for that whole
No.
conversation.
Okay, well, if she knows, she just probably doesn't know like where. So
Yeah, like Kayana will know about Charlotte, but won't necessarily know what Charlotte looks like. But we'll just know that Aeon apparently stores a spider in the floof.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to
That's
bother
control.
it, nor does she want to
Only
see
that.
it.
Turns out Charlotte is descended from Pinchy.
Plot twist. Continuity. Anyway, so as the rest of the so Cassandra was going off to get the others.
others and coffee.
Yep. All right. Well, if there are any other specific interactions you want to have, by all means.
Just that Rosa, when Cassandra comes into their room, is just curled up in a bowl of sheets and adorable.
Aw.
Oh, it's a burrito.
It's a
And
burrito.
for-
It's Kitty Rito.
The Rosa burrito. Remember the Nika burrito? That was great. It happened on this same mountain range too.
It did. Oh my goodness. So
I do know one thing when you do enter that room, you may notice a few things.
what?
Oh, is Cassandra entering there now?
Yep.
Yes, after dropping off coffee for Kai.
Well,
Yeah, never letting a certain little Moogle not getting anything.
Well, no coffee for Aeon.
No.
Aw.
eh, sorry, Aeon, but if you drink coffee, you might break the space-time continuum and end up who knows where.
Again.
It'll be like Hammy from Over the Edge.
I remember that movie.
I want my candy!
So
Yeah.
what does the
I
Cassandra
want my
see when she
cookies. Go on.
Okay.
what does the Cassandra see when she enters the room? Other than
Well,
Kitty Rito.
well, she would see that most of stuff for once not on her laying on top of the bed, but pretty much she is just sleeping soundly and peacefully. And for the first time, not up before everyone else.
So she walks in and she sees a dog and a cat curled up on their beds.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Rosa might find it a bit more interesting because, as Rosa points out, you twitch in your sleep. No, I don't.
Do I just see her leg kind of just go?
Nah, she's just like motionless but looks very peaceful. So she had a peaceful night's sleep.
Surprised, like, she's not, like, at the foot of Rose's bed, like, sleeping on the ground.
You can see the bed probably moved a bit closer, but not too much.
Mama Wolf at its finest.
It's like mom's like, I don't want a cat, and then everyone gets the cat, and mom and cat later.
Cats and dogs living together, total chaos.
Urge to pet. I know that would probably not go well.
That's literally Kai when she met Naya.
Urge to pet rising. Oh, well, the urge to amputate is rising.
No. Suppose like she wasn't like she didn't find the placement of the bed suitable, too many like unprotected areas or something like that, so pretty much she just moved it.
You
So-
found Rose's scratch spot, you haven't found Kanara's yet.
So, Cassandra seeing both of this, especially Rosa all curled up, she's going to give it a very gentle sigh that cannot be heard, and going to go over to Kanara, and and try to.
Do I
just
roll
gently-
awareness?
No.
That's fine.
She's going to,
She's just waking
she's
you
going
up.
to gently nudge you awake.
Yeah, sleep.
A little more forcefully, try to get you awake.
Sandra's waking you up.
What are you doing, miscreant Jagoon?
And a good morning to you too. Say we're all getting up for breakfast. Go ahead and wake Rosa for me and come downstairs.
Sure. And then as soon as he says that, she just elegantly jumped off the bed to her feet. A lot more dump in her step than usually she would.
Well, I imagine she's not in her armor, so she didn't have any.
Nah.
Light on her
So-
paws this morning.
So,
Hmm.
so yeah, just Cassandra just walking out, letting you wake up Rosa.
Alright. So,
Rosa, it's morning. Come on. You're gonna need some breakfast. You're gonna need some breakfast, and then we're gonna meet the long-awaited family member, Banara.
She just gives a long, stretched out, fang-filled yawn.
a few little pops in your back.
I'm up. I'm comfy.
That's good.
They're very nice beds.
Have to say, they felt well rested. Been a long time since I felt like that.
You have learned how to do a bed. I'm so proud.
I have my own comfort. It's more. You know what? Never
Definitely more
mind.
comfortable than curling up and twitching outside my door.
Yes. Whatever it may be, I don't know what it is per se. I just feel more, well, relaxed and more my old self.
You definitely look lighter on your feet. Though that might just be because you're in bare paws and, they're not covered in metal.
Hmm. Yeah, you only see her wearing, like, the leather stuff that she wears underneath the armor. Yeah, that probably helped a bit. I heard of a lot of... Yes. I heard of a lot of weight on your shoulders when you're becoming, well, warrior. But I didn't mean it literally with all this plate of armor.
Well, it's 50 pounds of metal and spikes does that to you. Anyway. Let's
What
head down. Been
Yes.
a long trek up today.
Indeed. Want a particular breakfast while I make my way down?
I'm good.
Alright.
She puts on all her armor, packs up her gear, and stuffs the little bag she had to herself, and heads
Rose
downstairs.
Just slept in her normal clothing because she is awkward getting undressed in front of people after the last time. So,
After last time when
I
she
check
almost
on-
got yeeted into the roof.
well, I was more referring to the time that they were all naked in the same room, which you would think would make people more at ease with each other, but it's really done the opposite effect to her.
Before Kanara shuts the door, I also check on Fluffy for you to make sure she's fine.
Fluffy is always fine. She is best bird, and she will hurt anyone who comes close, and is bad. So.
And shuts the door.
Alright, so it's not long before you all congregate in the common room, dressed, fed, warm, rested. The weather outside seems to be much the same as it was the previous day, minus the shafts of sunlight. There is still snow coming down a little bit, but not a lot. But The sunlight is much smothered as the cloud cover is much denser, but the temperature seems to be much the same, ditto with the wind.
Seems like a pleasant day, doesn't it?
So if the weather holds out, no avalanches, please.
Yes, that would hinder us quite a bit. I'll have to get out and shuffle it out the way.
Well, we have an eject spell for that, I think.
Yeah, let's not create another avalanche.
Still we're fine
Yeah.
with the trial run.
Well, anyways, Fluffy is alright and pretty much more keen to go than ever.
Feed Fluffy some geishels, hook her up to the cart, get ready to go.
All right.
Double
So-
helpings. Sure she wouldn't complain.
So with all of that, then, you are ready to begin your ascent for Anomo.
Oh.
All right. So you gather up what supplies you may, make a quick pit stop to resupply on travel rations. I won't necessitate Gil for that, just for the sake of expedience.
Yep. Alright. Oh,
So, up ahead.
supplies refilled. Let's go.
Yep. So, you all pile into the back of the wagon, and you begin your ascent. So, the first thing you should all know is that you are presently within an ice elemental field as you are ascending the Mage's Mountains. And so long as you are in the wilderness of the Mage's Mountains, you are in an ice elemental field.
Which means all ice attacks double, right?
They deal 2 additional damage steps.
I am switching... As we are going in, I am switching my primary weapon from Thorn to Black Licorice.
Okay.
Ah.
I forgot I named it.
Because that's a tier 4 in this area, technically.
I forgot about that.
I forgot that we had that.
I named it, remember? The evil staff of
I
Solus.
remember.
The black licorice.
Let's see here. Further, the entire mountain is considered difficult terrain. So your travel speed is cut in half. And blizzards and intense winds incur a -4 penalty to ranged accuracy checks.
All the best that I move to my melee.
Indeed. So, with that in mind, with your travel speed thus decreased, we begin your ascent. As a result, this is likely to be a close to 2-day trek. So, I now need to do a roll.
I'm gonna say as we're heading up, like, I'm gonna say as we're heading up, like, given my scholarly knowledge of the Chronicles of Eno, like about halfway up, I'm generally aiming to try and lead us to the same cave that the Warriors of Light used to shelter, because I know where it is, more or less.
Indeed. That's fine. Make a nature check.
I'm good at that, and I'm on Fluffy, so even more so.
Indeed. Oh yeah, you do get a bonus because of Fluffy, don't you?
Yes, nature is my thing. I am a green mage.
Ari.
Huh.
I had a surprise for you.
Oh, no.
God.
What was that?
What is it?
There's a surprise for the Ari.
Art, I assume.
Oh my god!
Whoa! My heart is melting.
Ari, are you okay?
I'm gonna go cry now.
Such
No,
a
don't
adorable,
cry.
wonderful thing.
Allow me to just show this to the audience by just dropping it onto the
Go
map.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's beautiful.
It is literally.
It's
Well, you cut off Rhea's head, so.
it's fucking
Such adorable
massive.
innocence.
Because I haven't.
I need there.
It's okay, I'm
This is
here.
your therapy. This is your emotional support, Luke.
So yeah,
my
if you
own.
guys if you guys have not watched Genesis, no one is going to know what the fuck this is, but it's cute. Look at that, just a succubus tickling the Moogle. That's great.
It's a succubus tickling a Moogle. Who would have guessed?
I love it, and I like the new outfit too. It looks good.
I went off with whatever I had of like what Ari posted, but I didn't have the full body like of her outfit, so I hope that's okay. I just didn't know what colors you had for her.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. Great, cool, awesome. All right, removing that from the world map now. Tom, what did you roll for nature?
13.
13. All right. It is a wee bit tricky with the landscape having not necessarily changed, but the snowdrifts acting like sand dunes. No formation is ever the same twice, so it's very difficult to find the exact caves that were used by the Warriors of Light on their initial ascent. But you do eventually manage to find a spot that's at least moderately sheltered. And you buckle in for the night. Nothing of note hinders you on your first day of travel up the mountains. On the morning of the second day, there is more sunlight, but the temperatures continue to drop and become increasingly bitterly cold. It is difficult to be moving at any point where you're not shivering, and Tiermith is routinely creating puffs of flame just to keep everyone warm. Coming back with like little sticks he finds, lights them on fire, and does Aeon have telekinesis right now?
Okay, telekinesis, I can... Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what Tiermith does is he will routinely fly off, come back with some dead wood, light it on fire, and then ask Aeon to just use the telekinesis to just float it in the middle of the wagon so everyone can heat up.
So you don't catch the wagon on fire.
Exactly. And that serves pretty well to keep everyone from freezing to death, but it is still a very cold trek. Let's see here. You continue on your way. Fucking hell, why did it send me so far over there? Ah!
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Teleported to the middle.
Yeah,
I tested out chivalry for the first time, but I sent us all into the nothingness. Oh no.
You have chivalry?
Maybe.
All right, so by good luck, your ascent up the Mage's Mountains is mercifully uneventful. And as the sun is starting to set on the second day, you come around a bend in the environment, cresting a hill, caked in frost and snow, and up ahead, you see a large and majestic city sprawling out before you. Enormous spires reach up into the heavens, each one tipped with a point that emits glowing blue light that reaches out to encompass everything around them, creating this massive magical dome that you see snowdrops routinely falling against and then immediately evaporating from. At the back, northernmost end of that structure, you see a truly enormous building, many, many stories taller than most others you have seen before. And it is at the summit of its topmost tower where you can see the most energy emitting to power that dome. You can see blue-tiled roofs stretching on, and various streets interweaving, and signs of magical light from within. Welcome to the Academy City.
Doesn't feel all that long since you were last here, and it was being absolutely destroyed.
Indeed. I would like everyone to make awareness checks. But Rosa will know this, so you don't need to roll it. But everyone else does.
Oh, is it about the face?
Oh my god.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yay.
Don't have Alistair this time. You can get us
10.
in.
No, I was wanting something, but then pretty much gets away.
Oh, wait, awareness checks?
Yes.
That's something I apparently already know, so I figure it's about the face door.
Awareness, right?
Yes.
Yes, awareness. Still 3, because I can't be.
11.
I rolled a 12.
Hey.
10, 11, 11, 12, and...
And any
But I
others?
got the highest wall so far.
What about the Rosa?
Rosa.
I don't
or
know.
Oh wait,
Rosa
that's right.
over
Rosa
and-
doesn't need to roll. My bad. Either way, so looking on at this city, you all sort of pause for a second and furrow up your brows in bewilderment as you realize there doesn't appear to be a gate. There doesn't look to be any way into the city.
Rosa?
Give it a second.
Yeah, what a second, there's no way in.
It's magic. Remember? City of mages, weird stuff. Let's
What
go
is that,
say
like
hi
a
to a
pet?
giant amorphous face.
Giant amorphous what?
Huh?
Are you
Okay.
sure?
Yeah,
Are you
magical
sure
tool.
you read all of the book?
Yes, and she approaches the currently blank wall. Goes, "Hello, Mr. Face. There are people."
As
Of
you're
course
sort of
I've read the
bringing the
book.
wagon up to the face, Fluffy, very much panting for breath. As you're coming up, the rest of you hear this grinding of stone as a large stone face sort of pushes out of the wall, and these large sapphire blue eyes open up to look down at you.
Oh, great.
That is creepy. I think I might have skipped
Whoa,
over it.
she weren't kidding.
When this happened in the Chronicles of Eno, they had Alistair to get them in because he was a student. None of us are students, so let me do the talking for the moment, please.
Yeah, Kai's eyes are widened as she saw that. She's like,
So,
She just-
how do we get in?
She dismounts from the cart and approaches the face.
The face's eyes glow slightly brighter, and you feel a tickling in the back of your skull. You get the impression it
anything?
is doing its... You're not hearing anything. It's not saying anything. It seems to just be doing its function of determining your intent.
Hi
After-
there. You're one of the city's guardians, right?
Yes. The glow diminishes slightly. You may pass.
Oh, that was easy. You typically have like questions and ask why we're here, according to the book.
Spoken words obscure meaning. Thoughts do not lie.
Things have changed. Okay. In that case, may we pass on through into the city?
Its eyes move up to the rest of the group, and one by one, its eyes flare up, and you all start to individually feel the tingle in the back of your heads.
That feels weird.
After a few moments, you may all pass. Welcome to the Academy City. Cause no trouble.
Just
eyes
here
cl-
to
The eyes
meet
close.
some family.
Yeah, the eyes close, and the face recedes back into the wall before just you sort of blink, your senses sort of zone out for a second, and when you look again, there's just an archway in the wall now, leading into a black space
Such a
beyond.
sense of deja vu.
Right?
yeah, you can hear Kai saying, I did not like that.
I neither.
What do you mean? It was awesome and magic and cool.
It felt weird. It made my
It
brain
felt
all-
awesome.
See, Aeon gets it. The rest of you are just boring.
Well, you're magic people.
And we've long established that you're a plebeian.
I can shoot a fireball at you.
I can do that
Uh-huh.
too. Not gonna, though. Better than that.
I can wrap you in vines and stop you from shooting that fireball.
Wait, hold on! Tiamat suddenly hops up and props his paws up on the front of Cassandra's chest plate. This is the Academy City, right? They have all kinds of weird and funky shit here. Oh, pardon my language.
You're really worried about language when you ride with me, dear?
Old habits die hard. Mom was kind of on top of that. But regardless, this is the place where all the weird things are.
Yeah.
And that means I don't think
How
I
do I
have to
say
go
this?
flying away, do I?
Well,
I mean-
I guess a dragon's not the weirdest thing you'll
I mean, I
find.
said before, magical creatures of all kinds just kind of hang out here. I mean, from the book, at the time of, like, the Warriors of Light, there was, like, a Moogle band in the inn.
Okay.
Is a Moogle band?
100 years ago. I don't know if there's one now. I know there was a Moogle in reception as well, but,
Alright, Tyr.
Wait, so I'll see another Moogle here?
you might.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we honestly haven't seen a Moogle in our travels before.
Mm-mm.
There's
that'd be
all
interesting.
kinds here. There's a restaurant that's run by Tomberries, and like a family of them.
Cassandra kind of pales a bit at that. Is like, isn't that the ones that put a hole in Grandpa's stomach?
Yep.
Yeah, but he kind of deserved it.
Aw. She kind of looks down at, looks over at, what's up, Anne?
No, I was gonna just say, like, Sierra can ride along with Cassandra, and then I'll have Rosa just hold me, since now he can just be free to, like, just not fly around.
I can do that. Grabs Aeon.
So,
Fine.
alright, Tyr, you can stay in the city, just try not to draw too much attention. Dragons are still pretty rare.
Yes, thanks. And it kind of like wraps around you like a spring for a second, gives you a squeeze, and then hops back down to the ground. Tail just wagging, just.
Yes, Kunara?
Well, it's not Kanara per se. I have to point out with Kanara, though, that she's no longer standing there. She's literally ahead of you going through the doorway.
Hey, wait up!
Wait, what?
She's just going.
She's
She just seemed more active and curious than usual.
I'm supposed to be the impatient one. This is all books and stuff.
All right, so chasing after Kunara, you find yourselves in just a black empty space, and the archway you just stepped through closes behind you. There is a moment of silence before another archway opens before you, leading out into a wide thoroughfare flanked on either side by large, multi-story stone structures and buildings, heading out to a large open circular plaza ways down. And there is plenty of foot traffic. And as you're stepping forward, the air in here is much warmer. It is actually pleasantly warm. Not like hot, but pleasantly, you're comfortable now. You're not like freezing your tits off.
Again, he says that when most of the party is girls.
Why do you think I chose that term?
It looks also cool.
Up ahead, in
Magic.
the center of that plaza I mentioned, there is a large, sort of tall, it's kind of like the monolith from Space Odyssey, except it's just made out of regular old stone, with writing engraved on the front of it, and surrounded by multiple circles of ornate symbols.
What does the writing say as we get close?
Getting closer, it appears to be multiple columns of names.
Memorial to those who died, to Anomo and Saran.
Seems to be. Judging by a plaque at the bottom, in memoriam of those who did not survive the Amber Eternal, or Amber Tide.
That's depressing.
Yeah, that Saran Junil Murasan kind of attacked the city with anima. I mean, the Warriors of Light were there for it, but it's one of the instances where they couldn't save everyone.
Yeah, Grandpa didn't like talking about that chapter.
Should have limit I should have limit God damn it. Memories.
Too late now, it's history.
I know, I was trying to save Destiny points, think we didn't need to, but then I needed to.
Sorrow and sadness and despair.
It was a thing.
Indeed.
So, getting over this little monument of depression, let's go to the school.
Academy, let's go.
All right.
Are we getting
Right
any
there.
looks
from the Lupin or the dragon in our... I imagine the Lupin probably would get more, considering the people around here have probably at least seen a dragon before.
I mean, this is also though a Nomo, weird shit's to be expected.
Again, it's a Lupin, not a race that's not normal around here.
You're
But
not,
glad you pointed that.
you're not really getting many looks, no. Like, you're getting, like, the occasional glance, but not
I remember
much.
when we brought Rocket here, like we questioned if people were weird about buying Rocket, and no one was because weird stuff is a Nomo.
Weird stuff just happens here.
Weird stuff happens here. If we see something weird, a Nomo.
Mm-hmm. So glad you pointed that out. Those who notice that, is a bit more steady head of the group and looking around, but also
Hey,
looking curious and happy, actually. Not
Hey,
the
Wolf
usual
Mama.
serious tone.
Wolf Mama, wait up.
It is picked up in turn.
You're looking
Yeah.
very well there. We're going to the academy. The
Now
academy.
you're literally your kind. Now you answer to Wolf Mama.
She is Wolf Mama. She is our group mama.
Yes.
And she is all the better for it. She leans her head on Kanara's shoulder as they keep walking.
Or
as
like-
high as she
like-
can
or
get.
like
She's
her-
small.
Yeah.
Ribs, because Kanara's like 8 fucking feet tall.
And Rosa is small. But yes.
Yeah. So you're more like
Yeah, so-
resting your head on her ribs.
Which, now Rose is there, she's probably going to hear the most weirdest thing that came out of Kanara's mouth. I guess.
A purr or something.
Forgive me for...
Oh,
No,
not really a
Dogs
purr, like
don't
a...
purr.
Yeah.
Oh, not exactly.
You might hear a purr from Rosa.
Just have her tail wagging.
Panting would probably be more. Happy
Her tail
panting
is
than
wagging, actually. But, anyways.
And
Forgive me,
Rosa's
Rosa.
tail is also swishing, just slowly and more methodically.
Mm. Forgive me, Rosa. I'm just... well... impressed with all this.
It is quite something. My grandma Mika studied here.
Hmm.
It's where she learned some of her magic before, the Warriors of Light got chucked in prison, and then she left.
The city
Yeah.
of nerds.
Yes, we are nerds. You are out of place here, Cassandra. So, if anything, you're the minority. You're the nerd. Bloody stupid buff armor nerd. Blah.
Whatever the
Write down
case,
your insults.
She said, bro. There is some me in there.
whatever the case, magic appears to be quite wonderful here.
Magic is always wonderful, but especially here.
As long as
Anyway.
as long as it's the kind of blow shit up.
Ah, well, that's your answer. But first, I've been waiting 20 years. Grandma Panara.
All right. So, heading directly for the Central University, I take it? The large structure in the northern back.
See, like she's after passing ahead from Kanara, she just starts excitedly fiddling with the Black Storm heirloom around her neck.
All right. So, Rosa sets off for the Northern University. The rest of you following it a step behind her.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, you continue to cut your way through the streets, and as you're walking, you pass by various buildings that, at a glance, appear to be residences, and a few others here and there that appear to be shops. But more often than not, as you're passing by structures, they appear to serve a more practical purpose. Not shops, not residences, but places of utility or just straight up teaching. You pass by numerous practice yards that have been cleared out with red glowing elemental stones where you can see magic teachers out with their students enjoying fresh air and teaching their students how to use certain spells. You pass by a courtyard where you see a black mage teaching their students how to weave basic fire spells, throwing them at dummies made out of brick. You pass by another training yard where you see what appears to be a tamed chocobo walking up to a handful of people dressed in blue and then kicking them with a few white mages on standby cringing as the students go flying into piles of hay.
Oh,
Blue
that happened in the
mages.
book too.
Blue
Except
mages.
that chocobo had a metal leg, so it hurt more.
So it is a practice to get kicked by a chocobo?
If you're a blue mage,
mages. They
Huh.
take monster attacks and learn them.
like there was like Athena in and Kelgor in the Chronicles of Eno, they had rocket kick them once. It hurt real bad.
What's up, Sandra? Can I learn blue magic?
No.
I mean, you might be able to learn a bit more time magic while here.
Really?
I mean, time magic is one of the schools taught at the academy.
There's a time archmage, isn't there?
Yes, but no green magic here, which is kind of a bummer.
I mean, isn't green magic kind of?
It's kind of a Viera thing, and Viera don't typically share. I'm kind of an exception. Like, V's just took a bit of a liking to me. I think that's because of
Because of
she
the
knew-
Warriors of Light thing.
yeah, she knew them, and so she knew me, and well, I told her about my situation, and we talked a bit, and she just mentored me for a bit until my parents found
Wait.
out.
Cassandra just kind of pets Aeon and is like, Aeon, you're too cute and fluffy to be blown up to learn magic, okay?
But then I would learn explosion.
Oh.
But
Explosion!
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think time magic is more your thing. I say Earl always said that you had a really good talent for it.
And it's
I mean,
all,
you can send
and it's
people
just
to
the
an
chaos
eldritch
of it
candy
too.
dimension.
And the chaos of it just matches you to a T too.
You drove a guy to literal madness before you killed him.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
like-
wasn't driven to madness.
He was screaming and blubbering
He was on
about
a
candy
sugar-
floss.
He was on a sugar high.
That's not sugar high. That's genuine trauma. I know. I am filled with trauma.
Oh, he was being dramatic.
He died.
And
What's
also,
A few gumballs never hurt anybody.
He died.
I love this argument so much. He died.
Meeting Pinot would be quite good.
Yes, let's get back to that.
Wait to see Auntie.
Yay!
Give me a
Awkward
second. Give me a
smile on
second. Give me a
Kanara's
second.
face.
Thank
needs to
you,
compose.
Bill.
Out of context. I think that's going to be out of context. You trying to argue how it wasn't that bad, and just constantly he died. He died.
Now it's time to shine.
Oh, he just.
Oh, he was just-
Come on, gumballs never hurt anyone. He died.
He
He
died.
was just being dramatic. He died. Come on, a few gumballs never hurt anyone. He died.
And we live.
That is the second out of context from this one session. We're on a roll.
Yeah.
That one definitely should go up on the site. That one.
Oh, I submit all of these. Anyway. So,
Oh, God.
but after a few more minutes of walking, you eventually come up to the front gates of the large central university building. There are a few mages sort of in a... You would assume like red mages standing guard before the door as you're approaching, or off to the sides of the door. They sort of nod at you as you're approaching, but don't make any effort to immediately hinder your progress. One of them does, however, point out, "Welcome to the Central University. I take it by your garb you aren't students, so there are a few ground rules to follow. Please keep your voices down within the building. If you will come across a classroom and it's in progress, please do not interrupt. Professors are generally very busy, so don't interrupt them when they're en route somewhere unless it is urgent. You can talk to the receptionist at the front desk for anything else you need."
Thank you. Do you know if Archmage Blackstorm is currently in a session anywhere?
Archmage Blackstorm. Interestingly, she's on a normal day she would be teaching one of her normal classes right now, but today she's actually teaching a public lecture. Anyone's free to attend.
Okay. No.
And then Cassandra said, you know where we could find Seraphina Shadowgrass?
She's actually assisting Miss Blackstorm.
Oh, that's just perfect. Hi, I'm Rosa Solwyn, and this is Cassandra Shadowgrasp.
Oh
He
my
sort of
God.
nods.
And Cassandra is going.
Un momento.
Let's go.
Un momento.
Take your blue pills.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to command Grandma to take her pill.
Yep.
And he's learned to mute himself now.
Yep. Anyway, so
know
stepping
what
into
you
the
meant.
front chamber of the Central University, the sort of reception area, there is a very, very high roof with a warm-colored chandelier casting this homely orange light over everything. There is a central pillar up ahead around which a large, very nice, very polished wooden desk sort of encircles it. You see a handful of individuals behind that desk at different points addressing the thoughts, opinions, or concerns of various individuals that look mostly to be students asking about one thing or another with the equivalent of hall passes sort of dangling from their hands on little strings. In the very front, you can see a human woman sort of just writing a few things down, dressed in simple, elegant blue robes. There are various doorways on either side of the chamber heading off deeper into the university, and another door farther back. What you do?
So sorry,
So we're
we're in
just in-
reception area.
So we're in
Yep.
the reception.
Yep.
If I recall correctly, last time the receptionist was a Moogle, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this time it's a human woman. That Moogle died of old age.
Oh.
Are there Moogles floating around anywhere?
You're not seeing any right now.
Damn, I was kind of hoping it would be another receptionist.
Rosa approaches the receptionist, kind of
And
composing herself for a moment, trying to hide the fact that she's in Taz.
All right.
Hi.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Hi, sorry, I'm Rosa Solwyn, this is Cassandra Shadowgrasp, and we're looking for Archmage Blackstorm and... there's Cassandra. Take over.
And Seraphina Shadowgrass.
Ah, I see. They're currently overseeing a public lecture. Anyone's free to attend. If you go through the door in the very back, you can observe, but I will ask that you don't interrupt. I'm sure that they'd be happy to make time for you once they're done. I don't imagine they have anything major planned after that.
Any idea how long they'll be?
I can't say for certain. Probably not.
From Grandma Panara.
Probably
I'm all
not.
for this.
Probably not any longer than a typical class period, so no more than 40 to 50 minutes at most.
What's the lecture on?
The lecture is on Zalart.
I'm in. Let's go.
Like, Rosa's just
Finding out about the homeland of my ancestors. I'm in for this.
I was done with school years ago.
I love school.
All right. So, as you come up to those doors in the back you were pointed towards, and you sort of push them open, there's a sign sort of hanging off the front that reads, "Lecture in progress, keep it down." And you push the door open, and it opens up into a wide sort of amphitheater space. Several tiers of seating arranged in very large circles that surround a large central platform depressed deeper down into the earth, made of polished wood. Very much of the room is sort of bathed in low, minimal light, save for the stage, which is illuminated from above by a glowing magic crystal colored the shade of amber orange. And there's standing on that stage a tall woman, dressed in black flowing robes with these sort of furred shoulders. Hood down, revealing starting to gray, shoulder-length, dark blue hair. As she's stepping around the stage, speaking to the assembled students, your attention is collectively drawn to her ash-like skin. No color, completely desaturated. And just about anyone who's ever looked at a history book will recognize this woman as Penara Blackstorm.
Mother, you stalked me for half a campaign.
And, standing attentively off to one side, weaving her hands, is a human woman whose appearance immediately escapes me. Hades, if you would be so kind.
Oh, God. All this time, and I didn't quite hash out what I wanted for her, but I'll try my best.
If you don't have anything hashed out specifically, we can take care of it next time.
So, again, you see a human woman about maybe a bit taller than Cassandra. Her hair done up in a bun. Kind of like the typical, like, teacher's bun that you'd see. But with a bit of look like it's had a run-in with a match. As she also has a stick in it that the end looks a little fried. She wears glasses, where if you were close enough, you would see the same purple eyes that Cassandra has. Because I'm pretty sure Cassandra's eyes are purple.
Pretty sure they are, yeah.
Yes, they are. You can ask the artist that's made her.
I'm sorry. I just making sure. So it's
While we're on
same-
my walls, I can literally check at any time.
It's just same eyes as Cassandra, and just with a little bit of a scar running down from the side of her eye to a little bit past her cheek.
All right.
Her garb, I imagine, is the typical, like, black robe with some hints of a fire theme, because fire's kind of her thing.
Yep. Very much. Sort of a largely sort of dark gray to black robe with a few dark purple accents in a few places, trimmed with fiery orange and orange shapes sort of woven into it. There are plenty of like little buttons and buckles colored a brighter sort of sparkly yellow or gold color that definitely help her stand out a little bit. And a few little chains that sort of connect to a few spots, giving her just this vaguely like goth girl who decided to go just a little bit more fancy. Like she had a goth phase at some point and then decided, you know, some of this shit's cool. I'm just gonna make it a different color and keep it. I like the chains.
She would be the goth of the two sisters.
But regardless, as Penara is walking in circles around the stage, so, a question to everyone in attendance. Show of hands. How many of you have heard of the old Zalaran Empire? And only
So that again, you kind of robot.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Shit. I'm cutting out.
Just a
Going
bit.
robot for a moment.
Am I clear now?
Yeah.
Clear.
All right.
Clear now.
All right. Now, show of hands. How many of you have heard of the old Zalaran Empire?
Rose's arm immediately goes up.
A handful of other hands go up. If you sort of go up, hesitate for a second, and then go down. After a second, Penara nods. Not surprising. Though the Western continent is common knowledge at this point, the empire that once dominated it isn't. For the day the Amber was destroyed is the day my homeland ceased to exist as we knew it. But it is a story I feel should be told. And so here we are. And as she turns to begin launching into that lecture, we're gonna call it there for the night.
Oh, fuck you. God, so close.
So close, yet so far, Thomas.
Hey, this way, next time we play, you'll have all the time in the world to talk to her.
That is true. We are getting to that point, and we can have a whole session with Grandma and Auntie.
Yes.
We just need to work out what day next week we can do it. So.
Indeed.
Now me and Han have to finalize what she looks like.
Indeed.
I thought Thursday, like we said, for next week too.
I mean, yeah, I'll be fine for it.
Either way, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in to this session of Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. We will see you next time. Until then, keep listening, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
A character from Campaign 1 back onto the central screen. Been a hot minute since she's been here.